The main purpose of today is to give you a chance to meet our people, for the CEOs of the various businesses to talk to you not about the next 3 months or the next 6 months, but about where they're taking their businesses. We invest in sectors where we expect step changes in value. So we believe that the sector, the airport sector, has some very positive long-term trends affecting it, and that's why we're there. It's the same with renewable energy. Public transport, exactly the same thing. And the reform of energy in Australia. We're not there because we want to invest in energy per se. We're there because we believe that there's a mega trend happening there, a major restructuring trend that allows us to get returns in excess of cost of capital. Our approach to operation is we want to be top quartile performers in every business that we're involved in, and I think where we've had time with the business, that has proved to be the case. We don't believe that's our primary driver of return. We believe that the return comes from the sector.
But one of the features of Trustpower is that we have a very, very flat structure. There's no one in Trustpower who is below a 4th tier. I'm 1, Rob Farron 2, direct reports to Rob is 3, and then there's a 4. And that's it. So decision making is in fact participative. The other exciting thing, the thing that gets me out of bed in the morning in particular, is when we see volatility. And although in the financial markets some people drop their chin a bit and say, you know, it's all turning to the proverbial custard, when I see price volatility in the electricity market, we go, whoa. Because it's fun. It's two things. It's challenging and it's fun. But also for Trustpower, with our substantial peaking capacity in our hydros, it's seriously challenging, but it's also quite rewarding. So volatility in the electricity market, bring it on.
We've recognised the potential of airports as a sector for a number of years. It was the basis of Infratil's original investment in airports and has been sitting behind the strategy of growth in Europe. There doesn't seem to be any doubt that amongst analysts and forecasters that air travel will continue to outstrip economic growth.
Difference is these are brands that are recognised by the people that are helping us drive them and design them, and they're being owned by them. That drives the behaviour of ownership, participation and growth of the business.
The Australian energy market is still unfolding. For those of you who followed it, the reform process in Australia actually started well over a decade ago. The markets that we operate in, which I've called established here, are the Victorian electricity market, the gas market in Victoria, and the South Australian electricity market. It has been a real winning formula for Victoria electricity over the last few years, especially through 2005 and 2006. The graph on the left-hand side is just our billable customer growth. It actually ends in, it doesn't say December, but it ends in December. And you can see on there we just had just over 250,000 billable customers.
Why has VE been so successful as a retailer? That's because it can focus on retailing. It can focus on being a retailer, not an energy business. All the energy-specific disciplines, wholesale, risk management, procurement, generation development, is all housed within IEA. Very, very different disciplines, very different cultures, skill sets between the two businesses. So key points to take away. We've done exceptionally well in managing our wholesale risks, and just look at the other players that were around 12 months ago to measure that. The current market provides sufficient liquidity to enable Simon to grow as hard as he possibly can.
We're very enthusiastic about our business, and the main purpose for today was to give you exposure to more people than you're used to. Not that we don't try to communicate, but to try and give you a bit of an idea of the breadth of the organisation.